2016, been making music. I did my first track January 1st, 2016. That was my first track. It was called Spar Like a Jaguar. And, you know, to the audience that's listening that knows me, some of y'all have heard that. It's one of my more known solo tracks because it was the only solo track that was on the first Kozmik Force CD. And, you know, by the way, if I didn't mention that, I'm a part of Kozmik Force. We're a hip-hop duo, me and my man, Native Threat. That's how we rock.
Yeah. Is that the one with the logo, the mango?
That's the homie Azomali.
Azomali.
He's a close comrade, though. That's a close music associate and the close homie. You know what I mean? He's from Freeport, New York, Colombiano, de South America. Much respect to the people of Colombia.
Yeah, I've been trying to get into it some more.
Word, yeah, check his shit out. He's hard. His shit is ill. You know, he's very, very talented, very skilled. He does all types. He harmonizes. You know, he got the melodies. He could spit off the top of the head and it's just some ill shit. He could hold his own against anybody freestyle. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
That's what's up. What's up. So you started with Kozmik Force, right?
I actually started solo. I started as Jaguar. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. I started as Jaguar, but I was just Jaguar, JAG-WAR, Jaguar. That was my name, you know, when I first started, my moniker. But, you know, it changed from that to Jag, and then to Jaded Jag, and now I sat with Jag Arreola, and that's what's on Spotify, DistroKid, Apple Music, all that. So, yeah, I'm Jag Arreola, but 2016 is when I started. Solo, I didn't start with Kozmik Force. We formed Kozmik Force maybe about a year after that, shortly after that.
Oh, okay.
Word.
Yeah. I like that. So how did you get into the conscious rap, talking about like your roots? Like what brought you into learning about your roots and like just indigenous in general?
You know, I gotta give credit to the Black nation, to the new African nation, to the displaced Africanos here living in Turtle Island. You know, brothers like Malcolm X, rest in power. Brother Marcus Garvey, rest in power. Of course, Dr. Martin Luther King, rest in power. You know, all the different Black revolutionaries, Dr. Khalid Muhammad. The Honorable Minister Farrakhan. You know, a lot of these brothers, I got into my own roots through learning about the Black struggle and Black history, and just hip hop history. You know, hip hop is a Black art form. It's a Black culture. So me not being a Black person, definitely acknowledge that and definitely celebrate my Black comrades for creating something that I'm able to participate in and do it as respectfully and responsibly as I can. So by me listening to pro-Black speakers, presenters, revolutionaries, I was able to get into my own people's revolutionaries and speakers. That's when I started looking into the Emiliano Zapatas, the Sitting Bulls, the Crazy Horse, all them. But it was through my Black comrades who assisted me in that journey. So definitely credit that. And artists like Dead Prez, Immortal Technique, Hassan Salam, CF, brother named Constant Flow out of New Jersey. So many to name. Rebel Diaz, they're out of the East Coast. They're Chilean. Chilean brothers. They're from Chile. They're people from South America. They do hip hop out that way in the East Coast, but they're global now. The homie Inticana out of the Boogie Down, out of the Bronx. That's the homie right there, Inticana. Shout out to him. But a lot of different artists, man. Been inspired by a lot of different artists, and a lot of I listen to a brother named King Little G, Conejo. They're indigenous, brown people. So a little bit of everything. Been inspired by a lot. Not everything is inspired me to be. Not everything that I listened to was quote unquote conscious. A lot of the artists I listened to were street dudes, or just what people would consider just hip hop. You know what I'm saying? They, it's a little bit of mix of the struggle, a mix of empowerment, all kinds of stuff. So we had all kinds of artists. I had many different artists from different walks of life that inspired me. But it was those lyrics that were like the few instances where they say "fuck pigs," "fuck the cops," fuck the establishment. Every now and then, every street dude is gonna say that because everybody is still, street people are rebellious regardless. Regardless if they're doing it in the way that we agree or not, it's still rebellion against authority and establishment. Sometimes I just think we need leaders to redirect our energy so that we do it to against the establishment, against colonialism, so that we can really live in harmony with our mother and with our people. The black, the brown, the Polynesian, the Asian. Every walk of life. I'm saying the workers, right? Because this is a workers. Workers run the shit. If all workers walk out today out of their jobs, it's over for the establishment. It's over for these colonizers. I'm saying that's one of the most powerful revolutions we can have is the workers united. Once we can do that, we can have a sit down and about what we agree with, what we disagree with. But first, that would be a great step into abolishing the system.
Yeah, man. A lot of what you say, I feel like when I try to I listen to all your music, like what I get from it is you spit in a lot of history. You even drop dates, man. Like you specific with it. You know what's going on. You know what's going on in our communities, the stuff that we need to address. The colonization, all of this that affects us to this day.
Absolutely.
You don't just talk about like raza. You talk about like the black community. You feel me? You even talked about the Two-Spirit community, and I saw you had one. Your art is dope, man. I love your art.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. I guess you were in a gym or something. It was like some type of flag.
Yeah.
That went hard. Like really for the people, man.
Right, and appreciate that. And I mentioned the Two-Spirit. One of the joints. The joint is called Shine On by Kozmik Force. That's the Kozmik Force joint. But yeah, I mentioned that the Two-Spirit, they've been, they've survived so much trauma. We all have, and there's degrees to it. But we all have privileges and advantages. I'm a brown dude. I'm able to speak English with, many people would say I have an accent, but I can speak it closer to the American standard than my father can or that my mother can, because they can't get rid of their accents. So I have advantages with that. I have advantages to fit into at least how standard English is spoken in this country, which, my parents, some of my family members are discriminated like that. They can work at a food restaurant, but they can't be cashiers. You know what I'm saying? They gotta work in the back, washing dishes or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, but yeah, and the flag and one of the art that the comrade is referring to is there's a flag. It's a rainbow flag, but it's actually not the flag for the LGBTQ community, but it's the flag. It's the Cusco flag of indigenous people in the Andes of Peru and the Andean mountains. Yeah, so their original flag is a rainbow flag. Some say that the LGBTQ flag is maybe like a different version of it. I'm not too sure about that, but I'm in solidarity with the LGBTQ community, the Two-Spirit community. But yeah, in that art, it is actually it is a indigenous flag of Peru. Saying so. It's definitely indigenous. It's an indigenous flag. It's for the Inca, Quechua people that speak Quechua and the Andean mountains. And I didn't know this until I actually visited Peru myself, and I saw it everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't
know that. A lot of people think, oh wow, it's an LGBTQ flag everywhere. You see it at the restaurants, but no, it would be the equivalent of having the California flag here everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, much respect to the Quechua, Inca, indigenous people. And along with the LGBTQ people, because there's obviously LGBTQ people that are Quechua and Inca, so it's all love.
What's some of the connections you made in the Inland Empire, man?
So I've been teaming with my bro Native Threat for a cool minute. We do Kozmik Force. He's out of the city where I grew up in Fontana in the Inland Empire. I'm no longer in Fontana. That's not where I stay, but I'm out that way all the time, and that's where the homie is also from. And I'm saying, like, haven't really built too much with too many IE artists. A lot of the times I rock where there is a stronger, the stronger invitations I get are in Los Angeles County, Tongaland. This is where I get invited to perform more often. Usually the East LAs, the strongholds of Chicano indigenous movements. That's usually where I get invited to. But I've performed in South Central numerous times. I believe I performed in El Monte, Orange County. Pomona often. Just East LA, like I said. Downtown all the time. So yeah, it's been quite a few areas that I've rocked at in the LA County, but I haven't really built too many relationships with artists in the IE. I really want to though. I'm saying? I'm trying to find someone that has, where we could, do something dope together.
Yeah, that's what's up. One more question, man. I noticed you even said in one of your songs you don't write choruses. Like, do you just be off the dome? Like, how's your writing process? Because it's like,
so
you be just flowing. I'm like,
right,
cool.
right. You know what I'm saying? I don't really, you know, my boy Native Threat, that's the bro, and he usually writes all the hooks, all the choruses to our Kozmik Force joints. But or we collaborate. You know, we give insight. But I write all my own verses. He writes all his own verses. But yeah, we do collaborate on that. But yeah, he definitely spits all the hooks. You know, he sets the tone of how, you know, how we're gonna, you know, rap it, say, you know, play it or whatever. But for me, my process for that is, you know, I usually my approach is, if I go in my phone right now, I got like over 50 pages of notes of just strong phrases, bars, metaphors, and my process is, once I get a beat I want, I'll reach out to my homie Acasa the Man or my homie Rojos out in Colorado. Rose is down Denver, Colorado. The homie Acasa the Man is in the Inland Empire. He's in Riverside. I'll reach out to them. They're in-house producers for me and for Threat. I'll reach out and say, yo, you know, I'm trying to get like on this beat. Maybe it's a beat I heard, I don't know, somebody that I like rap on. I'll be inspired by, can you do something like this? Or I'll send them a sample. Like just recently I did like a Dragon Ball Z sample. I like Dragon Ball Z. And I found the Dragon Ball Z song. I asked the homie Akasa, yo, can you try to sample this, see what we could do? He sent me a few different takes. I said, bro, let's run with this. And we did that. And then my process is, I pull out the phone, I got all those notes, and I start writing just what I'm thinking. And then the bars that I have in the phone, like that I saved from when I was at work, maybe I was driving and I thought of something, so I stop real quick, write it down. I may be watching a movie, I'll pause the movie, and then, you know, I get inspired by shit like that. So, or, you know, I read a lot of history, or I watch documentaries a lot about, you know, people's struggles, whether it's the Gullah Geechee people in the Sea Islands of, you know, Georgia, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, their struggle on right now, ongoing. The Gullah Geechee people, you know, I learned about their struggle. I just recently started learning about their struggle, and you know what I'm saying, and you know, I include that in my music, man, because you know, that's what the artists that inspired me did. You know, people like Immortal Technique. He mentions, like, you know, he mentions Afghanistan. He mentions everybody, and you know, we can't leave anybody out, because you know, everybody has a struggle against colonialism, against capitalism. So, you know, that's usually the writing process. You know what I'm saying? I try to find inspiration from anything. It could be, sometimes I'll be having a conversation with my father in Spanish, or he'll be playing his music from Mexico in Spanish that he loves, and I get ideas from that. Just put it. I still do paper. You know what I'm saying? I write everything on paper.
Yeah.
Hit the studio. You know, the homie Castro out in LA, the city of LA. So you know what I mean. We lay that down.
For sure. Hey, man, tell them what we got coming up, and then drop anything you want to drop. I see you got the new drip on you, man. That's clean.
Appreciate it.
So, like, social media, anything you want to
yeah, no doubt. So, Jag Arreola at JAGUAR.ARREOLA. That's my Instagram, Jag Arreola. I'm on TikTok as well, the same way. I'm on Twitter the same way. I go in on Twitter, you know, usually just, you know, kick some jewels, some wisdom that other people have shared with me. So it's not always my own shit, you know, because, you know, that's how we are. We're people, you know, like our indigenous people, African people from the Polynesian Islands, Pacific Islands. You know, we're communal people. We share information. Keeping shit for me to get knowledge and keep it, that's some colonial bullshit. So I can't do that. When I get some information, I always want to pass that down and share that. You know what I'm saying? And of course, we move in secrecy with certain things, because we don't want the colonizers knowing what we got cracking. But Jag Arreola on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that, YouTube, Jag Arreola as well. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, all that. Also got SoundCloud. I haven't really uploaded on there in a minute, but I will. Besides that, you know, we got a Kozmik Force album that we're going to start working on later this month. Me and my bro Native Threat. And I got a super track coming up, so stay tuned for that.
Ooh, okay.
This shit is going to be vicious. It's going to be way more vicious than 909 joint. You know, I have a couple artists I'm going to reach out to. Hopefully they say yes if they're available. I would like to have, you know what I'm saying, of course, Native Threat, Asomali. You know, I'd like to have Sub 1 on there, Complex from the Indigenous Cats. You know, I'd like to have my homie Intigana, homie Morbius out the Guerrilla Republic. They're out on the East Coast from the Boogie Down. You know what I'm saying? Bronx, shout out to the Bronx. You know what I mean? It's a couple people. The brother Viva Mescal out of Boyle Heights, the East Los area. You Frosty out of the Orange County. These are some artists I would love to collaborate. Some of these gente I haven't collaborated with them on the track, but if they see this later on, hopefully by that time they said yeah to.
Alacranes venenosos, somos nosotros con la pluma de un guacamaya, rayan las paredes, retrocarga recortada, se defiende en Bolivia. Mi gente aymara es mi sangre andina, las estrellas me iluminan, linaje del Caribe, el sol me recibe. Permite, Padre Cielo, mi voz es un trueno, hazte a un lado, dos trenzas de mi pelo como toro sentado. That's the end of my set. Thank you very much.